Hello, everyone. Welcome to our seventh episode of the Green Shift podcast. Today we will have Professor and Chairman of Reservoir Production and Storage Engineering, Professor Muhammad Amro, at the Technical University of Freiburg, Institute of Drilling, Engineering and Mining Fluids. This is a very short introduction, Professor Muhammad. So we would love to hear from you. What about your background and your ongoing research? So just give us an overview. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Salma. My name is Mohammed Amro. I'm the director of this institute in Germany at the Technical University Berg Academy, Freiburg. This is located in Germany, in eastern part of Germany. As mentioned, I'm the director of the Institute of Drilling Engineering and Fluid Mining. I'm teaching mainly reservoir engineering, production, and underground storage here at our university. Before I joined this position in Germany, I spent 12 years at the King Saud University in Riyadh, before that, I was at Santa Fe Drilling Engineering in International. So the American company dealt with drilling and so on. I was as a superintendent there. About my research, I am, as my title, I'm dealing with reservoir engineering issues. But in the last time, I dealt a lot with underground storage of CO2, that means CCUS, so carbon capture, utilization, and storage, and hydrogen storage, but hydrogen storage mainly in salt caverns. And I dealt recently also with geothermal projects. So I have different geothermal projects for Germany here. And one of the main topic I deal with is, of course, is enhanced oil recovery. This is the main activities I have within my chair here and within my team. So I have a team consisting of 20 people, and we deal with the mentioned projects and activities.
Okay, that's really interesting that you go over the different solution of clean energy. So with that, let me move to the question, like why is geothermal over other clean sources of energy? Like what's make geothermal potential and good?
The thermal projects or geothermal projects are really important. There are different reasons for that. For example, the geothermal recovery is independent on the weather conditions. It's different than other alternatives like wind energy or solar energy, and it is available everywhere. Geothermal is available everywhere. You need to drill to a certain depth, and you can recover heat. And if you drill more or if you get more temperature, you can generate electricity. That means you will not get or recover only heat, but you can generate electricity under certain conditions, like what we have here in Germany. So we do both, heat and electricity. And the and the power efficiency is stable day, night, every day in the year. And these are some of the advantages. There are some other advantages like the CO2 emission is very, very low. There is some CO2 emissions, but it's very low. But there are disadvantages or challenges with that type of energy recovery.
Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to know, like, as I think that's what's become very clear for me that geothermal, CCS, and hydrocarbon, they all like have a different kind of reservoir, and there is some the way they are categorized are to some extent similar. So, can you just tell us a little bit about the different type of the geothermal reservoir and their distribution?
Yes, there are some differences in the geothermal reservoirs. We have so-called shallow and deep reservoirs. What I'm dealing with, they are the deep reservoirs in which the temperature is higher than 100 degrees. So you have to drill about 3,000 to 4,000 meters vertical depth to get such temperatures. And you can get, as mentioned, you can recover or you can generate electricity. And the differences between the reservoirs in geothermal are mainly focused on the type of water, the thermal water you will recover. This is very important task. So if you have thermal water with high salinity, then you will have a lot of challenges dealing with this thermal water. We have here in Germany, we have both types of reservoirs or thermal waters. We have thermal water equivalent to drinking water. That means the salinity is very low. But even that, we have a lot of challenges in this particular reservoir with the precipitation. Even the water, the thermal water, has a very low salinity. Despite that, we have problems with the precipitations. We have other type of reservoirs with higher salinity, with, for example, 100 gram per liter, which is 10%, equal to 10%. In that reservoir with 100 gram per liter, we have higher temperature, which is better than the other type of reservoir with low salinity, but the salinity is a big problem. So, and I have now a project I'm working. Today is Sunday here. Is a weekend, but I'm working on one of the proposal to get fund for a certain project, and I will deal with so-called near wellbore region. Near wellbore region because you have a challenge there, and you have a lot of precipitations, and I will come up with suggestions, mitigation of such problems.
Okay, so you've just mentioned like the wellbore, and location, but sometimes I think that we can use the wells that have been existed already to do some geothermal activities or to produce geothermal. So what are these wells and which wells that we can use for geothermal or definitely not any wells that we can use for geothermal. So just tell us like about how we can, what kind of wells are our abundant well that we can use for geothermal?
Yeah, this is a good question. We can use both. We can use oil wells and we can use abundant gas wells. If we want to target the oil wells, because oil wells are not so deep, that means we can focus on the heat. So we can use such wells to generate only heat, but not electricity. But before I explain further, any well we want to use, we have to recomplete. That means the existing completion doesn't fit to our purpose. So therefore, we have to remove the production string, which is easy to remove and to replace it. To replace it with other tubing or production string, but with insulation. So we have to insulate this tubing from the annulus fluid. Again, if we want to decide for oil wells, so we can use it only for heat. And we should avoid this is another important point. We should avoid using the pay zone, the zone in which the oil is existing or has been existed. So either we can use the reservoir, the well above the oil formation or below, but we have to isolate this oil formation. So and therefore we can save a lot of money drilling in a drilling cost. We can make a sidetrack if we want, and therefore we can recover heat in gas wells. Because gas wells are deeper, we might use such gas wells to generate even electricity, which is more challenging. That means we can use it for gas reservoir. We can use it to generate heat and electricity, and we can use such reservoirs for multi wells. That means we can inject cold water, and in another well we can produce hot water to generate electricity, for example. I mean, the potential is there, but we have to start the research on that area.
Yeah, you just end up like with a very nice word, like we should do some kind of research. And we, as a geologist, or for example, that's what I'm trying to say to other people that who are in just an early career, like we want to utilize our geoscience background or an oil and gas background to answer such critical question. And with that, just I want you to highlight or just to share with the student, like MSc student or PhD student, like what could be the possible research questions so they can work on, and yeah, they can make use of they've already background in, as I mentioned, in oil and gas or in geoscience to for CCS or for geothermal.
And I'm saying always here in my lectures here in Germany, for example, if we want to deal with the subsurface, with the underground, so we need geologists. That means the underground, without geologists, without geophysics, we cannot deal as engineering. We cannot deal with such systems. So we need geologists to guide us for the right formation. We targeting, and this is very important to avoid a lot of challenges during the production. For example, I can give you an example. If we find a reservoir or formation containing, for example, some clays, some clay minerals or something like that, usually we should avoid this formation, because this formation, even if the temperature is high or if the permeability is suitable and so on, we will get problems by the production of fine particles of clay that will create a lot of problems during the production and during the operation of such wells. Therefore, we need a geologist to identify or to help us identifying the content of such formations. And from the beginning, we can say, the formation is suitable, but because of geological properties, we should avoid that. That means without geologists, such project cannot be performed successfully. No doubt about this.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And I was just thinking also of those who are studying petroleum engineering. So they've already used engineering for oil production, but this also can be like, let me say, modified into geothermal. So yeah, just you can share with us some questions for engineering as well, like what needs to be done from engineering perspective.
Yeah, from engineering perspectives, we have to come with technical ideas. There is, if we want to talk about geothermal in the technical issues, in the engineering issues, we have to make sure that, for example, that the heat losses during the production should be minimized. This is a task of engineering. Another thing is, as mentioned before, the near well bore region is very important for us. And with the engineering, so we can find suggestions, or we can find solutions how to reduce the challenge in the near well bore regions. Such challenges we cannot solve it alone as in engineering, but we can solve it as a team with geologists, for example, and geophysics, for example.
Okay. Thanks, Dr. Muhammad. It was really interesting episode, and we would love to hear from you again in hydrogen storage. So hopefully we will get this chance. And I just over to you to end up with any final words or remarks you wanted to say.
Yeah, thank you very much. When you asked me about the possibility to have me as in this broadcasting, I agreed immediately, because I like such activities to bring such information, such new informations to the audience, to spread it to the people, and so on. This is the one point. The other point which I want to highlight is the research. Research is very, very important, especially in our countries. It's like Saudi Arabia. I heard about the activities by Aramco. I mean, without any doubt or something like that, Aramco is doing a great job in different areas in the research, but we have to intensify. We have to do more and more for the energy, for the future of energy in every country. I mean, but in Saudi Arabia, because in Saudi Arabia we have the infrastructure, we have the people there, and we have the good opportunities.
Okay, thank you. It was really interesting to have you, and I'm very thankful for accepting the invitation. And yeah, that's all. Bye.
Okay.